これは持論だけどね。愛ほど歪んだ呪いはないよ。
Love is the most twisted curse of all. This line has actually stuck in my head ever since I watched Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, and time again, it is always proven correct. I can't believe that Genshin Impact of all the games actually showed this nicely in their Archon quest, which was pretty insane. I mean, Hoyoverse is known for making doomed couples anyways, and I feel like Rerir and Tholindis are definitely a doomed couple at this point, considering what Rerir went through, and this Archon quest was actually good. Yes, there are some bad storytelling methods in Hoyoverse's stories, but overall, it was good, so we have to talk about it.
Let's up those numbers!
Alright, so first of all, we have to get the good things about the story out of the way before we get to the bad things. I loved Rerir's character because the more days pass by, the more I grow to appreciate romance stories that are actually genuine and hit close to home. Rerir was actually a good person, but his issue was that he had this false perspective of serving the right cause, since he was a slave to the Winster King's demands, because his orders of ending the Crimson Moon dynasty was really questionable through and through. First, it was the adults who may or may not have posed the threats to the throne of Khanria. Then it went to deleting younger people, which didn't even make sense. The entire criteria of ending them was whether or not they will be a threat in the future based on whoever they were meeting with or what their actions were. But all of it was taken to the extreme. When children came to the line of sight of being targeted, it didn't make any sense. One would actually draw a line because no one would actually harm them in any case. This really messed up Rerir's mind because he didn't know right now if he was really doing the right thing. He would only know how it felt when he was being impacted, and soon it happened because his girlfriend Tholindis was a descendant of the Crimson Moon dynasty, which she had kept hidden from him, just like how he had kept his work as an executioner hidden from her, which shows the value of being honest in life, because at the end of the day, whatever a lie is, it will eventually be exposed. I bet it would have absolutely destroyed him when he came to know that he had to end his wife, and I feel like the turning point of him becoming an absolute villain started with the fall of Khanria. When Dainsleif had rallied every last sinner, we get to see all of the 5 sinners, and I will have to say Rhine daughter is my favorite because, good god, she absolutely sounded like a mommy in the Japanese dub version, which I absolutely loved. I feel like I always end up simping for evil ladies. I don't know why, I just do. Anyways, Rerir finally saw that Vedafalnir, who was the brother of Dainsleif, had the power to see the future and what he felt, but he couldn't really change anything. If that can't crush anyone's spirit, I don't know what will. Seeing the future and still being unable to change it, but at the end of the day, it is fate. In his words, in matter of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be and what will not. Happiness always comes at a cost. Nothing is truly free. And the cruelest thing about fate is that it remains unchanged and unmoved by the sacrifices one makes. It is just the harsh reality. What more messed up thing was that Vedafalnir actually gave him advice to live, so his story with Tholindis won't come to an end, which was what kind of triggered his cycle of suffering. I don't know why he gave him that advice, but it was actually really dark, especially this cutscene when he actually went to save his girlfriend. I don't know what to feel about this. Think of that from Rerir's perspective. He went through all this chaos just to rescue his lover, but when he came to find her, she was near a gate that led to another world. They were going to have their wedding too, but sadly, it couldn't happen. She just told him that she had found a way for him to live a normal life and fell down the gate that she had created herself without any explanation. I don't think anyone could have let her go in this moment. It was full of emotions and adrenaline, which caused Rerir to not think rationally. He had to save her. He lacked the power to do so, but he ended up doing the same thing as Rhine daughter, which was he betrayed his nation for the abyssal power. Even if it had destroyed him, he would have done it without a second thought if it meant seeing his lover again. I'm not sure if I should be depressed or not because he did it for love, a sharp contrast from Rhine daughter who actually did it to get more power, which is why I sympathize with Rerir in the first place. Although he was really strong, considering that every time they faced him, they either had to teleport away from him to get away or trap him or open a portal to another world to actually get rid of him. I absolutely dislike it when Genshin gets rid of their villains like this, especially they got rid of Signora back then so conveniently. Good god, it must have hurt him to actually see his friend Dainslev to hold the gate open just so he could be banished to another place like this. Just imagine seeing your friend betraying you. I can't really imagine what must be going through his mind, but it didn't feel satisfying seeing the traveler feel so weak. I don't get why do they keep portraying Aether like this. He doesn't feels like the protagonist sometimes. It's like everyone does the work for him. He didn't get the chance to fight Rerir properly, but when he did, he absolutely got destroyed to such an extent that Nefer had to be the MVP of this quest. Like seriously, her backstory was very realistic considering that her dad suffered due to being honest in a cruel world. She had to become a liar herself so she could survive, but she wasn't looking to survive against Rerir since she sacrificed her eyes to win this fight. I honestly can't understand her character. One time she acts like she's a hardened person and the other time she sacrifices herself for the greater good, which is really contradictory to her character. Also, Varka, I actually liked his entrance and how he is portrayed to be a strong knight, especially since he was hyped up from one point to finally getting to see him actually felt nice. He gives me that Giga Chat vibes. He is definitely going to be one of my favorite male characters. I really want to see how his character is showed in the future. Not to mention Sandone, she is such a sassy girl. I love her character a lot because she is strong. Alright, she was literally strong enough to fight Rerir using her robot. She absolutely is adorable, I would lie. I want to know more about her past considering that she gives the photo of her past self being in Fontaine. I wanna see it. Alright, even if she is adorable, I feel like she definitely hides a lot of things beneath that sassy look of hers since she was nice enough to Columbia and Arlecchino. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm definitely a fan of hers after this. I love her character a lot. Also, can we talk about Arlecchino for a bit? Considering that she's shown to be an unfeeling father of House of Art, she actually helped Columbina and the Traveler to get the Crimson Moon Marrow at the cost of her hand getting damaged. She is actually an okay person deep down. That's what I feel like, but considering that her power corrupts her the more she uses it, that is a really disturbing detail. She even said that it might reach her heart and change her. So I guess she has had a good development till now ever since I saw her back in Fontaine. And finally, I want to mention the things that I didn't like, which is the storytelling. The story was good, but I don't get why do we have to expand the story by adding a lot of dialogues in the first place. And there were also a lot of character involvements too, which kind of like shifted the focus away from the main cast. So that was something that I didn't like. I hope that they keep it to a normal length because sometimes I feel like the dialogue bloat in the Archon quest stretches way too much. It actually ruins the immersion of the game and makes it hard to focus sometimes. This is something that hoyoverse actually needs to improve on. Considering even Honkai Star Rail suffers from dialogue bloat, hoyoverse needs to work on this to improve the immersion too if they actually wish to do good storytelling. Also, I don't get this part of the story where they had used all of the 5 sinners as chess pieces. It was so annoying and immersion breaking. My head hurts after doing that segment. Imagine if they had actually made real character models for it to show in that scene. It was absolutely frustrating to do this segment. It made me want to crash out and hit my screen. I won't lie, it was really annoying. I crashed out absolutely. I just wanted to see Rhine daughter's character design too, especially when her voice sounded like an absolute mommy. It is always 2 steps forward and 10 steps backward with hoyoverse. I don't even know what to say about this. If only they actually delivered it nicely, the defeat of Winster King would have actually been really good. Anyways guys, that's about it for this video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you all think? And do leave a like and a subscribe if you want more of my content. I will see you all in the next video. That's about it. Peace out. Have fun.